Good morning, everyone, and warm welcome to S-Bank January-September 25 results webcast. My name is Riikka Laine-Tolonen. I am CEO of S-Bank, and together with me here in the studio is Mika Heikkilä, our CFO. I will first introduce some highlights of the first 9 months and talk a bit about our business segments and in addition to that, how our strategy is proceeding. And then Mika will give you a bit more thorough go-through of our financials. S-Bank has the most satisfied customers in the industry, and our result was at a good level after 3 quarters 25. Our operating profit was 83 million euros, and that was very much in line with our expectations. The operating profit increased due to the lower interest rate levels, but also because we have been continuing the high investment level regarding our strategy implementation. What we are very happy about is that our net fee and commission income grew with 8% year on year, and behind that is increased customer activity. We have also, during the first 9 months, kept our market position, and when we compare a year back, it has been strengthened in the market, and we are now 4th largest bank for private customers in Finland. Our deposit base grew to 10.1 billion euros, lending base to 9.4 billion euros, and asset under management 8.9 billion euros. And because of strong development in operating profit, all in all, our capital adequacy ratio rose to 25.6%. We had strong demand for S-Bank services, and some proof points of that is that our unit holders in our S-Bank funds grew with 16% year on year to 500,000 unit holders. Also, our cards and payment services were used very actively, and as Etukortti Visa card purchases grew with 18% year on year. And our strategic target is to reach 1 million active customers in 2027, and we are well on track towards that target. The number of active customers rose to 839,000, and we are also happy to see that the high-value customer number is also increasing, and it was 144,000 in September. We are also very proud that we have the most satisfied customers in the industry. EPSI rating results show that there is strong improvement in our numbers. I will come back to that a bit later in the presentation. I also want to note here that we have this morning announced that the Pillar 2 requirement for S-Bank has been decided to decrease by 0.5%. The Finnish FSA did the decision on 22nd of October, and our requirement is now 1.50%. And this decision has been made under the normal annual review and evaluation process. All in all, I want to thank our customers, employees, owners and investors for this successful quarter. But then let's have a look on the operating environment where we are working. And all in all, the Finland's economic recovery has taken some steps backwards, and there hasn't been no growth during the first half year. And because of the uncertainty, also the consumer trust on their own economy and Finnish economy has been low, and of course that has had an impact on consumption. And even if there has been, and there actually is some signs of turnaround from the business side, the economic growth, actual economic growth for the first half was weaker than expected, and also that has led to lower GDP forecasts for this year. When we look at the housing market, we can see that the recovery has been slower than we expected in the beginning of the year. And actually after summer, we have been seeing again some dipping in the housing prices, and we can see that the actual sales times are remaining long. And then to our guidance. We have kept our guidance unchanged, and we expect that our operating profit for the whole year to decline to under 100 million euros. We did update this guidance last time in May, and then we did the decision to review the outlook. Of course, we already behind this guidance was that we see that the declining interest rates have an impact on our operating profit. But in May, we also announced that the penalty payments imposed by Finnish FSA will have a negative impact on our financial performance. However, all in all, behind our operating profit development is of course good positive impact from the Handelsbanken transaction. That will have a positive impact on our earnings. And of course, as mentioned already, we are keeping the investments related to our strategy on a high level. Please note that this outlook is still subject to some uncertainties regarding operating environment, geopolitical tension, economy, employment and real estate market. It's good to note here also before we continue that in relation to those administrative sanctions which are connected to the very exceptional and very difficult to detect malfunction that took place 3 years ago. There was also, in addition to Finnish FSA penalty payment, there was also a fine issued by Finnish data protection authorities in September. That fine did not have an impact on our outlook. And please note that we have appealed the decisions to the Helsinki Administrative Court. And then we move forward and look at our business segments. First, banking segment. All in all, banking segment is delivering biggest impact on our results and profitability. There we are very happy that customers continues to use our banking services more actively than before. You can see that very well when we look at the Etukortti Visa card purchases, which have grown 18.2% year-on-year when we look at the euro volumes. But we can also see strong development in our deposits, and actually the deposits have grown 20% year-on-year, and from the beginning of a year over 600 million euros. Our loan portfolio is now 8.2 billion euros, and we have kept our position as the fourth largest bank for household customers. When we look at the Bank of Finland statistics in June, our market position in deposits is roughly 8%, and in housing loans a bit below 6%. This segment is delivering strong operating income and also strong operating profit. The operating profit was 89.7 million euros. And then we move to wealth management. There was good development in AUM, and we can see that especially in the AUM grew to 8.9 billion euros. But also we are very happy to see that we reach widely savings and investment customers, and that is visible with the number of unit holders. We reached 500,000 unit holders end September. It was a bit below. However, today it is over 500,000 already. We are also pleased that the net subscriptions to our mutual funds has grown to 450 million euros. That is more than fivefold year-on-year. There was also good development in our services in wealth management, and as an example, in September, 4 funds acquired from Handelsbanken were merged to our funds, and we launched during Q3 a new fund for our customers, S-Bank Private Markets. It's also very important that we are, after Handelsbanken transaction, we have strengthened our advisory network, and we are today able to offer own contact person for also savings and investment customers below private banking. Our strategy for until 27 is of course, it has remained the same. I want to highlight a couple of things here. All in all, we want to be more customer focused and more digital bank for our customers. We aim for 1 million active customers. However, we also want to be for even more of our customers also a main bank. And that is why we have also set the target for high value customers. This year we want to reach 144,000, and we will review this target when we go forward towards 26. Customer experience target is 55, very ambitious, and then profitability targets for this strategy period below 60% its cost income ratio and above 10% its return on equity. We also want to have strong reputation and trust, and there the target is 3.5 index points. All in all, we have 3 key change areas which are driving this strategy, and the first one was Handelsbanken integration, which we delivered very successfully last year in November. And now we are working as we speak with renewing our service model to be able to cater for more demanding and large customer base, and then we are working on improving our scalability. Let's have a look how the strategy is proceeding. First, when we look at our customer base, which is a great opportunity to boost growth, we can clearly state that we are well moving forward as planned. Active customers now 839,000, and high value customers we have actually already reached the target for this year, and that is also because this is kind of a learning year for us, and as said, we are setting the new target for years to come when we go towards 26. Well done. And then when we look at the customer satisfaction, this is of course a very important ingredient for us because it correlates very well with the loyalty and also with the potential to widen even more customers' use of our services. Our own surveys show that we have a strong customer experience, and Net Promoter Score and Q3 was 53. We also have the best trust and reputation in the industry, 3.74 result from last year's survey. What we are extremely proud of is that the EPSI rating shows that we have the most satisfied customers in the banking and finance industry. We were actually the only bank who has improved the scores, and our result was clearly above the average. Our index was 81.9, and it is 8.3 points above average. We are also ranked number 1 when we look at the survey's sustainability index, and that is of course also very important for us. We were also in the brand valuation survey, we can see that our brand is most valued brand in the industry, and that was actually 8 years now in a row. As mentioned, we are proud and happy with these results. These are very important for us. However, at the same time, we are humble and acknowledge that we want to continue work here, and we have defined that we want to be the most convenient bank in Finland, so we need to keep up the good work. Digital services is in the core of our strategy, and we are very proud that the S-Mobile app has reached already, once again, record user numbers. We are developing the S-Mobile to be the core of our services to our customers, and of course these user numbers give us a good foundation for that. The number of users is 2.5 million at the moment, and also the active weekly unique number keeps growing. It is now more than 1.5 million at the end September. The users are also very happy with the services. The satisfaction here is strong. NPS of mobile is 63, and actually the app is constantly one of the most popular ones in its category in the App Store. Some proof points how we have been developing our digital services during Q3 and also some proof points from the earlier development. We can see that when we bring new services to mobile, they get the good traction. We already 24 launched the wallets, both Google Pay and Apple Pay in our mobile. And now we can see that in Q3 already 20% of card purchases are paid with mobile wallets. There is good growth. And in August, we brought to our customers a new feature, Click to Pay, which enables faster and even more secure online card payments. And very pleased that we have been able to even further enhance our services in the savings area. We have also brought our customers since September a possibility to open an account, but also start saving to funds entirely digitally. This has been very popular in mobile for our customers. Then to summarize how well we are moving towards our strategic goals. As mentioned, active customers 839,000, two-digit growth 16%, well on track. And also high-value customers 144,000. We have actually reached already this year target, but we keep up working with this. Customer experience 53, and of course strong result here as well. And reputation and trust, as mentioned, 3.74. Then when we look at the financial targets and return on equity, it was 8.6. And of course here is reflected the lower operating profit level, but also our strong capitalization. And the target is set for the whole strategy period. And what comes to cost income ratio, 67%. Here you can see that we are strongly investing our development of services, strategy, operational resiliency and risk management. From a CEO point of view, the summary for first 3 quarters is here. Result in line with expectations, good level operating profit. And we are very happy with the strong demand for our services and also that we have the most satisfied customers in the industry. And now I think that it's time to you, Mika, take over.
Thank you. Yeah, let's move to the key financials, and this is the quarterly development. On the left-hand side, you can see the total income, which was 96 million in Q3. There has been a moderate decrease in trend there due to the interest rate cuts. In recent quarters, net interest income has been quite stable, and of course also the acquisition and also retail deposit growth has supported the development. Year-on-year basis, net interest fee income was down 10.3%. On the contrary, to that, our net fee income has increased by 10.6% year-on-year basis, and especially in the wealth management side, there has been a good growth there. On the right-hand side, you can see our development of operating profit quarterly, and there is a nice positive upward trend during this year. That is also coming from the fact that our operating expenses and net credit losses were lower in Q3 as in previous quarters, which supported the profitability. So 31 million euros profit in Q3. Then in income and cost analysis, something more here. So you can see quarter analysis Q3 2024 and 2025. So the total income was down 6.2% year-on-year basis, and the total cost up 18.7%. Also, the net credit losses were down 77% year-on-year basis. That, of course, impacted to the cost-income ratio, which was in Q3 66%. On the right-hand side, when we look the income split, you can see that the share of net fee and commission income has increased during Q3, so it is now 26% of the total income, as it was 22% year before. In deposit base, which was up 19.5%, there is totally 1.6 billion euros increase in deposit base in 12 months period. Around 900 million is coming from the Handelsbanken deal, and then the rest from the organic growth. Also the time deposits, they were at the same level as they were one year before. And lending was up this 34%, which is totally this 2.4 billion euros in 12 months period. That is coming mostly from the Handelsbanken acquisition, so that's the driver there. There has been only moderate growth during this year in total lending, so the change in this year is only, or it's almost 0.5%. Then asset under management, also nice growth there, especially in the last quarter. So as Riikka mentioned, totally now 8.9 billion euros, and there is around 500 million increase in last quarter. 200 million of that is coming from the merge of 4 funds which we bought from Handelsbanken. The merge was done in September. In repayment holidays, quite stable development. So totally 5% of total household loans were subject to repayment holidays at the end of September. In credit losses, there is quite strong positive development during this year. So you can see on the left-hand side that the expected and final credit losses has decreased every quarter, and they were only 1.3 million in Q3. So totally cumulative net credit losses has been 13.2 million this year, as they were 22.5 million year before. Also the total ECL provision has decreased by 4 million during this year. And non-performing loans ratio is quite stable. It is at the same level as it was in Q2, and not big difference to what it was last year. In balance sheet, no major changes there. The total balance sheet was 13.1 billion. On the liabilities side, we can see that the household deposit is still growing. Also the corporate deposits and its share is a little bit higher than earlier. But on the asset side, almost the same portions and figures as it was at the end of last year. In our own funds and capital requirements, which Riikka already touched, so due to the CRR3 regulation, our total risk exposure amount has decreased almost 560 million. and it's mainly due to this change of this regulation. When we eliminate that, there is only slight increase in total risk exposure during this year. On the right-hand side, you can see our MREL requirement and our own funds and eligible liabilities. So there is a very good buffer, almost 560 or 70 million euros above the requirement. Our capital position is very good and strong. So the equity ratio was 7.8% or at the end of September. And as you can see, our capital adequacy ratio was 25.6%, and CET1 was 23.3%. So there are very good, strong buffers on above the requirements. Also, our liquidity and investment portfolio, there is not big change during this year. The structural liquidity portfolio is little bit changed as the cash in central bank has decreased almost 400 million, and it's due to the fact that we paid back early this year the bridge financing amount, which was 590 million back, so it has impacted to this development. And in total, our LCR ratio was 302% at the end of September. It's very strong, and 95% of the portfolio are level 1 assets. And finally, to summarize, our operating profit was at a good level. We have very good solid funding base. Loan to deposit ratio was 93%. Very stable credit quality and really robust capital base, which supports the growth opportunities in the future. So that was my part.
Thank you, Mika. I think that we are then happy to thank you for your attention and wish you very nice rest of the day.